What's up everyone, it's Scotty with Money Investing. In this video we are going to be talking about one brand new company, brand new stock. We have never talked about this company ever before, but I like the fundamentals. I like the company in terms of the revenue, the earnings, the cash flows. The fundamentals seem to be very strong, and we're going to do a complete intrinsic value calculation to figure out where we can actually be buyers of the stock if and ever it ever pulls back, because it's up an enormous amount from 1980s. So we'll go over what that stock is in just a minute, but hope you guys enjoyed this video and find it helpful. Make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. The link to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining us. Of course, getting access to that 16% annual discount that does expire in now 3 more days. So link's going to be down below to access all the buy and sell alerts, options alerts, trade ideas, and you do also get that annual discount and save 2 months, and you get free 2 months with a link down below. So the company that we are talking about today, which we have never talked about, and again, shout out to our members in our community, as you can actually share ideas and I can do research and do analysis on those ideas, and if I like them, I'll share with the entire community. And the company that we are talking about today is going to be Novo Nordisk. And this is a ticker symbol NVO, and I hope I'm pronouncing this the right way because this is a healthcare and health technology and pharmaceutical company based out of Denmark. And again, the ticker symbol is NVO, so it is most likely going to be, it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, but of course they are a company based out of Denmark, as I mentioned. The market cap, again, I think it's a trading view, does not have like the equivalency of I think it's the Denmark kroner. With the actual US dollar. Don't quote me on the currency here. I believe that's the currency, but whatever it is, there's going to be obviously that exchange rate. Let me just take a quick look on what that currency is. Let's see, Denmark. All right, so it has Norwegian kroner, Danish kroner, I think is the one with the US dollars. So this I think would be the 169. So $1 US is roughly around 7 Danish kroners. Is what I'm assuming it to be right now. Again, don't quote me, I gotta do more research. But this right here is the entire chart for NVO. Again, like I said, from 1980s, it has gone up a little bit over 162,000%. And just take a look at the consistency here. I mean, we're talking, almost 40 years, and the stock has just consistently went up, higher highs, higher lows in this very nice uptrending channel and uptrending pattern. Even during the dot-com bubble, I mean, it did drop here a little bit, about 50%. This right here is the 2008, 2009 crisis, 46, 47%. But since, even during that time, it actually ended up outperforming the markets significantly, because you'll notice that this right here was that significant outperformance because the markets really had that dot-com crash, and then they moved sideways for about 6-7 years, and then they had the housing bubble crash, right? So these right here were horizontal tops for the market, as opposed to NVO, which pretty much had this crash, and then it rallied to new all-time highs, and then had another pullback over here. So nonetheless, it has had a very strong stock performance over the years, and right now it's also trading at an all-time high at over 162, almost 163 dollars per share. So what does the company do? So this is a healthcare company, as I mentioned, and their primary segments, the main segments that they focus on, are diabetes and obesity care and rare diseases. The diabetes and obesity care segment provides products in the areas of insulin, GLP-1 and related delivery systems, oral anti-diabetic, and products in obesity, glucogen needles, and other chronic diseases. And the rare disease segment offers products in the areas of hemophilia, blood disorders, and endocrine disorders, growth disorders, hormone replacement therapy. And the company collaborates or has collaboration agreements with Gilead Sciences in the US. And the company was founded in 1923, so they've been around for now about 100 years, right? So we're in 2023. This company founded in 1923, about 100 years, and they're headquartered in, my Danish friends, please don't apologize for the pronunciation, Bagsvard, in Denmark, and that's where they're based out of. So it's a pretty large company, right? Been around for a very long time, very successful performance over the years in terms of stock price. This right here is some qualitative analysis in terms of employees. So Novo Nordisk has an overall rating of 4.3 out of 5 based on over 3,200 reviews left on anonymously by employees. 88% of employees would recommend working at this place to a friend, and 87% have a positive outlook for the business. They're also part of the EFPIA, which is the European Federal Pharmaceutical Industries and Association. So again, obviously a lot of their research analysis and their drug testing and all that is done through EFPIA. And this right here is the fundamentals. These are the actual numbers for the company, right? So going from $15.4 billion in 2013 to over $25.4 billion every single year, they've managed to grow revenues. Gross profit going from $12.8 billion to over $21.3 billion, and operating income has gone from $5.8 billion to over $10.8 billion as well. So very, very nice, consistent growth. If consistency had a name, it would be Novo Nordisk, right? Along with the many other companies that we've also analyzed. Take a look at net income. Very nice growth, 4.7 billion to almost $8.9 billion in the trailing 12 months. And diluted share counts have gone down from 2.69 billion down to just under 2.3 billion. So they have bought back shares every single year for the last 9 years by 2%. That's been the share buyback, 2% per year, almost 2%. And of course, we've got the diluted earnings per share growing from $1.73 to almost at $4 per share. This right here is going to be the valuation. Now, valuation is high considering where the stock price is trading at right now at $162. We're trading at all-time highs. Market cap has obviously ballooned, and it has had a fantastic 2022. You'll notice that it didn't really drop in 2022. In fact, it was one of the outperformers. And in 2023 so far, it is now already up 18.7%, very much in line with, of course, the S&P and the NASDAQ as well. I think more than the S&P, a little bit less than the NASDAQ, but it is, obviously doing really well. We'll get back to the technicals here in just a minute. You guys know what I'm going to say there. And this right here is, again, the valuation a little bit more on the high side. They're trading on price to sales at over 11 to 13 times. Price to cash flow at 29 to 35 here. And of course, enterprise value to EBITDA trading at a little bit over 24, 29 times at the moment. But they've got excellent return on capital, equity, and assets, and great margins. We're looking at 84% gross margins, with net margin at over 32%. So for example, for every dollar in revenue this company generates, 32 cents trickles down to the very bottom line as profit. Return on common equity at over 83%. We got return on capital 51%, and return on assets at 24.5%. So extremely efficient and very, very strong capital efficiency here from the company. Now, balance sheet's also good. They're sitting on over $4 billion of cash with a little bit under $3.8 billion of debt, which gives the company a negative net debt. So they've got more cash than debt on the balance sheet, but their current and quick ratio certainly needs some improvement there. And debt to free cash flow is also under 3, which is pretty good for this company as well. Now, there's not a lot of coverage on this company. That's why I'm bringing this to you. And the reason for that is because it's a company that's based out of Denmark. It's a pharmaceutical healthcare company, right? Nobody's talking about a healthcare pharmaceutical company based out of Denmark, right? So you're not seeing a lot of analysts, have that expectation for earnings growth. So right now for this year, we've got a couple analysts projecting a 39% growth in EPS at over $5 per share, and then slowing it down to 10%, then 7%, then again 27%. 13%, 12%. So I wouldn't necessarily consider this for the longer time frame. I wouldn't consider this like a growth stock, because if we plug in some of those numbers here, you'll notice that growing from $5 to $9.65 by 2028 in 5 years, that's almost a 14% growth, right? That's respectable. It's not bad. It's not low enough that we can call it a value stock. It's not high enough for us to label it as a growth stock, but it's respectable. And over the next 9 years, the growth rate is about a little bit over 10.5%. So which is, I would say, reasonable. It's modest. Again, it's decent. It's not value. It's not growth either. It's kind of like in the middle. And I don't think they pay a dividend right now. So actually they do. So 0.77%, a little bit under 1% is the dividend yield right now. Of course, the price has gone up, so dividend yield has gone down at the moment. But if we do some analysis on the fair value for this company, and again, I already am telling you, and I know for myself that this is not an immediate buy right now because the valuation's high. But this is simply a quality company, quality stock with a little bit more diversification in another economy, which is Denmark, that you can access. And of course, keep a close eye, keep it on your watch list, do your calculations for intrinsic value and see where it makes sense for you. So I'm going to do some quick analysis. 2023, $11.5 billion is that EPS or net income expectations. This is the share count, EPS at just over $5.08. I'm going to go with about 12% growth here for the company, and P multiple of a little bit over 16, just to keep that PEG ratio intact at close to 1.3. And then we can go 11% margin of safety, discount rate, 11% discount rate because of the dividend yield. And then we're going to go with about 10% margin of safety and minus 2% in share buybacks, because the company has been buying back a lot of shares every single year over the last 9 years. And we get down to a fair value of just a little bit over $84 per share. And right now, of course, it's trading at 163, which, definitely does represent the valuations a little bit more on the extreme side. For this company, this is going to be that flexibility range between $80 and $88 per share. And if you come back to the technicals, you'll notice that obviously the stock price right now is incredibly overbought. We've got the RSI well over 77, and this is the monthly chart, by the way. This is not the daily, this is not the weekly, this is the monthly chart. So if a stock price is overvalued on a monthly time frame, you definitely got to be careful. And we didn't really see pretty significant sell-off as the negative divergence would have suggested. So this right here were the higher highs, and the RSI itself was making some significant lower highs. So there was a pretty strong negative divergence, but instead the price only dropped by, I would say, 14%. This right here was the pullback for Novo at 19%. This was back in September of 2022, August and September of 2022, and then it absolutely supercharged itself on this rally, 74% in the last few months. And of course, RSI and MACD also getting very, very overbought. So this is a volatile stock. I mean, it can move pretty wildly, and you can see that in the last 6 months it's up 37%. In the last 1 year it's up 53%. So it's definitely outperformed the markets on the last 1 year basis. And so support level is going to stay put at $91. So this right here is going to be that support level to pay attention to. And I think on the weekly time frame, that's exactly where the 200 simple moving average is going to be. So my fair value and my technical support, both confluence, both of them kind of end up at $91. So this right here is going to be that support that I will be paying attention to for NVO, which would be a pretty dramatic drop, and that's really what I'm willing to pay for this company. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think about this business? Again, if you take a look at the bar graph here, very consistent growth, excellent margins, profitability is pretty high, balance sheet's pretty good, consistent share buyback. So I do like what I see right now. The only couple of concerns that I mentioned were obviously the current quick ratio, so short-term liquidity needs are definitely not that great, the valuation itself, and the technicals. So those are some areas to focus on from a risk standpoint, at least for now, and my support and my fair value is going to stay put roughly in the 88 to 90 bucks a share. So hope you guys enjoy this video and find it helpful. Make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about Novo Nordisk? And as always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.